I think honestly the best thing was getting to know the team, not just because we learned a lot from both like the startups and business developers and in between the students, but also just like getting to know people from other faculties, getting to know like their knowledge from their bachelors and their masters. It was so like helpful to see this big community that is at Aalborg University that you don't always see when you're just in your own faculty. So that was a really cool experience. I learned a lot about design thinking and problem solving. I learned about how important it is to constantly keep focused on the task at hand and like how you can improve it very specifically to your customer. I also learned a lot about pitching and like sharing my professional opinion, even if I haven't super like prepared, just being able to be open and speak up. I also learned a lot about adaptability, and we had some challenges with our startup, but it was so cool to see how everyone just like joined together to help and solve the problem, which I also think like reflected the startup situation very well, because you are gonna hit some bumps in the road. So it was kind of cool to try that as well. I definitely got a lot more respect for entrepreneurship. Not that I didn't have it already, but I realized just how much work goes into managing a startup. And when you see like a big corporate company, you usually see like there's so many employees who have like very specific skills and very specific jobs that they are experts at. But when you work in a startup, you're usually like a very small team. So you just have to be able to like adapt and be like prepared to take any task that needs to be done. So it doesn't matter if you're not an expert in economics, like you have to be able to learn how to do it. And I think that gives you such a well-rounded knowledge and skill set for like the future. I think I can use a lot of what I've learned, and I think like no matter what educational background you have, you can learn a lot from joining the program. I think being able to identify and solve a problem and being able to work in these multicultural teams with people who have like very different both social and educational backgrounds is a super good skill to have for the future. I think specifically for me, the problem that we work with in our group was like very marketing based, which is something that I do in my bachelor's. So I think I'll be able to apply a lot of the things in my future career. For example, I think like the process of constantly like creating and evaluating so that you can sort of tweak and optimize your product specifically for your customer, I think is a very useful skill. And I think for everyone involved, the pitch training is super helpful. Like being able to speak up, not just like professionally, but also personally, I think is a great skill to develop and work on.